Good morning, students. Welcome back to the another video of data structure. We are currently learning our first chapter of data structure, which is Introduction to Data Structure. In previous videos, we have learned about data structure, what is ADT, what is algorithm, what are the requirement for algorithm, what are the specifications and quality of algorithm. Now, in this video, we are going to learn about two different measures of effectiveness of an algorithm, which are time and space. So, how the time and storage will be measured for performance analysis of algorithm, we'll know in this video lecture. So, first, time. Here, the word is time complexity. So, definition of time complexity is it is the amount of time taken by the program for execution. Means if we are performing any program, we are executing any program, then what is time required for execution? Means from starting to ending. Means if we are executing any program, means after running it program, how much time it takes to complete its execution, that time duration will be known as a time complexity. If my program is take 5 seconds to execute, then 5 seconds will be time complexity 5 for my program. As it is difficult to measure the time complexity in terms of clock units, we will measure the time complexity using the frequency count. We cannot calculate our time complexity into a clock units. Means execution time of every program will be very less. Means into microseconds or milliseconds. So we cannot use that units for calculating time complexity. So we will use a different thing, frequency count. We will have three cases for the time complexity: average case, best case, and worst case. So what is best case? If an algorithm takes minimum amount of time to run for a specific set of input, then it is called best case time complexity. Means minimum time required, best case; maximum time required, worst case; and in between minimum and maximum there will be our average case. Let's see an example of best case. While searching a particular element by using sequential search, we get the desired element at the first place itself, then it is called best case time complexity. This is an technical example. Let's take a example. If we have 10 chapters in a book, we are finding a question into a book from first page. If we find our question into first page of our book, so that will be a best case. Why best? Because we don't have to find onto another pages. If our question is on 10th page, so we have to check the 1 2 3 4 up to 9 pages, and that 9 pages time duration will be more from the one page which is essential for us. So if we are searching anything, then on the first attempt we find, then that will be a best case for us. Second is a worst case. If an algorithm takes minimum amount of time to run for a specific set of input, then it is called worst case time complexity. Means if we find our solution on the last page of our book, so this will be a worst case. Why? Because we have to check each and every page of our book, then after at last we will find our solution at the last page, so it will be a worst case. Here we have an example. In sequential search method, if desired element is placed at the end of the list, then we get the worst case time complexity. We have example. We all have seen the movie Three Idiots. In Three Idiot movie, there is a scene in which a result is displayed on the notice board. So if we find our name into result on the notice board, if the name of person is at the last into the list, so that will be a worst case. Why? Because that person have to check the all name of that list. So in that scene, Farhan and Raju were the last in that list, so that was the worst case for them. But Rancho was the first in that scene, so that was the best case example. Next is average case. In sequential search method, if desired element anywhere in between first and last element, then we get the average case time complexity. Very simple. If we are not first, if we are not last, then we are average. Rancho was the first and Farhan was the last. So Raju and another guy who was silencer were the average cases in that scene. Next is asymptomatic notation. Asymptotic notation is used in computer science to describe the performance or complexity of an algorithm. Basically, that will be different symbols. First one is big O, a capital O type symbol. Second one is omega, and third one is theta. Bounded above means omega, big O. Bounded below means omega, and third is theta. Now, what is frequency count? We have already studied in this slide that time complexity in term of clock count cannot measure, so we have to use the frequency count. So what is frequency count? So frequency count is measured by inserting a count in algorithm in order to count the number of times the basic operation is executed. This is straightforward method of measuring the time complexity of the program. Here we have an example of a function. Function name is display. In that display function, we have 4 instructions. First one is integer ABC. Second is a is equal to 10. Third is b is equal to 20. And fourth is c is equal to a plus b. Next, printf c. So here we will have a is equal to 20 means 1 frequency count, b is equal to 20 means 2 frequency count, c is equal to a plus b 3 frequency count, and printf %d c, that is our 4th frequency count. So this will be our total 4. So frequency count for this code will be a 4. Let's take another example. Here in this example, we have a code in that I is equal to 1. Then there is a while loop. While loop's condition is I less than or equal to n. And in that loop, we have two different syntaxes. X is equal to x plus 1 and second I is equal to I plus 1. So for measuring frequency count for this example, I is equal to 1 will be executed only and only one time in this program. So frequency count for I is equal to 1 is 1. Then while I less than or equal to 1, this line will be executed n plus 1 time into this program. Means if we have n is equal to 3, so for 3 n is equal to 3. So for 3, loop will insert into this loop one time. I plus plus value will be occur to. Again this condition will be true. I plus plus, i's value is 3. Again this condition will be true. Again we will check for I is equal to 4. So this line will be executed 4 times in this our program. So this line while I less than or is equal to 1 will be executed n plus 1 time. In that loop, x is equal to x plus 1 and I is equal to I plus 1 will be executed n time. Here we have n is equal to 3. While this condition will be true, then these things will be executed. If our condition will be true 3 times, then this will executed for the 3 times. So here x plus 1 and I is equal to I plus 1 will be executed for the 3 times. So our total time complexity will be addition of these all numbers. Means 1, n plus 1, n and n. So total of this frequency count will be our 3n plus 2. Next, space complexity. First, we have studied about time complexity. We have two measures, time and space. Space means storage. We have already discussed about time complexity. In next lecture, we will discuss about space complexity of the algorithm. Thank you, students.